Hi everyone, this is Lauren Tharp and you're listening to the MuseHub podcast. Today I'm talking to Nida Sea, who is a blogger, a copywriter, and an internet marketer. Welcome to the show, Nida. How you doing?
Hey Lauren, thanks for having me. I'm doing good.
That's great. Awesome to hear. Well, you do a lot of different things, all having to do with freelance writing. Could you tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm out of Central Texas and I'm a full-time copywriter and blogger. And it was last year that I started transitioning into content marketing and digital marketing.
Wow, okay. So for the people who don't know what all that stuff is, let's start with copywriting. To me, copywriting is basically any type of writing that sells something, but you probably have a more complex and accurate way of describing it.
Well, copywriting is basically creating persuasive copy that'll boost a brand awareness and promote the audience to, take action on either to download something or to purchase something. So basically selling, like you said, products or services or even people themselves, their skills.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you have an example of a time that you sold someone?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm kind of doing that on the side right now. In career transition, when somebody's switching over to a new career, I help them target and position themselves so they can better match the employer's needs. And usually, with a resume or LinkedIn, the whole branding package, and they're able to get, better responses instead of crickets when they send out their resumes or applications.
Ah, that's awesome. I could probably use a little bit of that myself.
There you go.
All right, so we've covered copywriting. So what's the difference between copywriting and internet marketing?
Now, marketing or internet marketing it's like copywriting is a facet of internet marketing because you do more like testing, I guess, like what copy works best on your website. You make little changes, or producing a series of emails in order to get somebody's attention or to get a lead to take action. It's like more complex than just copywriting alone. It's still a lot of writing, I think, a lot of persuasive writing, but also engagement, and that's where blogging comes into.
So you interact more with people and the public when you're a marketer than when you are as a copywriter?
Yes, I feel that way, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about blogging? What's blogging all about?
For me, blogging is being more informative and engaging and giving your readers, the answer to their questions, to provide what they need or what they're looking for. Not necessarily selling somebody something, but just giving them the data or the information they need to either make a decision or to answer a question or stuff like that.
Yeah, for me, when I write blog posts, it's usually to inform, educate, or entertain.
Yes.
Which do you prefer, by the way? Do you have a preferred job that you do between copywriting, marketing, and blogging, or do you love them all equally?
I like them all. I love blogging because it's a great way, to me, blogging is a big crucial part for both content marketing and, being informative and engaging and entertaining, like you said. And I love copywriting because it lets me work the sales angle a little bit because I like selling stuff, and I'm able to figure out, what's the best way to capture the target audience's attention and walk them through every step in the buyer's journey. That way I can either close a sale or gain a new lead.
That's cool. I work as a writer and an editor, and I love both equally as well. So it's so hard to choose between. It really is. Between the two.
It really is.
But for those looking to get into blogging, copywriting, or marketing, this is always the question that I get, is which pays more?
Which pays more? Okay, so that's kind of up in the air right now. But for me, copywriting pays a lot better. And even then, the best paying kind of, I guess, not really niche, but position you want to go for is kind of like copywriter that knows marketing, because if you know marketing and you know copywriting, you're gold. You can actually command much higher fees. And I'm talking like in the thousands per project.
I agree. When I first started out my business, Little Zots Writing, I did some light copywriting and I was pulling in some pretty good money, but I did not like copywriting that much. So I switched to blogging, which pays a little less, but I love it more.
And that's the other thing too. If you don't like it, then don't do it, because you're not. It's going to be like a job then, and it won't be fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I absolutely adore blogging, whether I'm writing as myself or as a ghostwriter. But copywriting was just too. I don't know what the word would be. Technical for me.
That's
like
what I was thinking. Yeah,
there's just
it can be tech.
Yeah, there's so much thought process going into it with any other type of writing. I just let it all flow out and blah, write whatever, and it just kind of flows out of me and it turns out okay. But for copywriting, I had to sit and really strain my brain to make it work. But some people, it comes very naturally. People who love to sell things and love that sort of psychology that goes into that type of writing. And it sounds like you've got that down pat.
I do. I really enjoy it. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because for me, blogging is actually harder. It takes me, like, if I've got a project coming up for a blog post in 2 weeks, it takes me literally 2 weeks to do it, because it's so hard for me to get into that zone. I can do it, but it takes me a minute. It's because I'll be told that it's either too technical or it's too salesy. So. Yeah,
that can be a problem. We don't want, usually with editors on blog publications, we don't want something that's too salesy or self-promotional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I have that issue.
Totally different type of writing. Wow, like, I don't talk to very many copywriters because most of my writing friends are bloggers and editors like I am. So this is fascinating stuff to me. What would you say makes you special when it comes to copywriting and marketing? What would make a client choose you over anyone else?
I guess, well, I'm reliable, and I will do everything I can to ensure that your copy is actually fitting you. It will sell what you need it to sell, and it will give you, or it will brand you as well at the same time. It'll fit you. It'll fit your personality. It'll fit you and what you're trying to relay in your content.
All right. That sounds like a great reason to hire you. And I know what branding is, but some of the other people listening might not, and you've brought it up a couple times now, so if you could briefly explain what branding is and what it means to someone's business and personal self. I'm trying to say branding without using the word brand here, but
branding. Yeah, I think it's kind of been used a little too much. But branding is basically reaching out or demonstrating who you are or what you offer without, across the board, like in your website or on your social media pages, basically speaking to others who you are and what it is that you provide for them.
All right. And you do this with words. Like, a lot of people use colors or graphics. Like, for instance, the MuseHub logo, a Muse is our brand, more or less. It's our logo. But you are able to construct a brand using nothing but words, correct?
Yes. I do use some graphics, like on LinkedIn, for the backgrounds, Twitter, Facebook pages, stuff like that. But that's about it. Most of it is copy to sell these either people or products or services.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you create the graphics yourself, or do you outsource that to someone else, or how does that get done?
I do have a business partner who I outsource my artwork to. She's like a really, she's got 20 years experience as an illustrator, so she knows what she's doing. Plus, we also use Canva. Canva makes everything a lot easier.
I have heard of that, but I have never used it myself. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Canva is this online, service that you use, and you can take graphics, instead of using Photoshop to do all your graphics and stuff, especially if you don't have Photoshop experience, you can just copy and paste or just drop items and pictures, JPEGs, all on there and spruce it up. It's real easy to use. It's way better than using Photoshop.
Oh, awesome. You might have just saved me and whoever ends up working for me a lot of time down the line.
Yeah, it works.
I've been using
great.
Photoshop for like all the MuseHub social media graphics and whatnot, and it's a pain in the butt.
Now, my business partner will argue you can never get rid of Photoshop. And she's right, because there are some things you can't do on Canva with it. But if you need a quick graphic in like 5 minutes, Canva will do it fast.
Nice. You just sold Canva.
Oh my gosh.
You're a natural at this. You can't get it out of your system.
I can't.
Well, for those who want to hire you, where can they reach you?
They can find me on www.nidasea.com, or they can find me on LinkedIn under Nida Sea.
Okay, and that is Nidasea?
Yes.
All right, awesome. And is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience before I let you go?
If you want to go into copywriting, just make sure that you find a way to stand out, and make sure you enjoy it, because it is not for everyone.
Very true. Speaking as a former copywriter myself, it is definitely not for everyone, but for those who enjoy it, it can be not only rewarding, but very profitable.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for being on the podcast, Nida, and I will talk to you again soon, I hope.
Okay.
Have a great day. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Everything.
Yes. Thank you.